How did meth affect your mental health or the way that you saw yourself?
When I would use methamphetamine, almost immediately, after a couple of years being on it, because it didn't start right away, I would go into psychosis. I would experience delusions. I would experience auditory and visual hallucinations. So I would see people that weren't there. I would hear people that weren't there. And I would think things were happening that weren't really happening. So what this would do was this would put me in a very vulnerable position because everybody around me, I would have to trust that what they were telling me was really going on was happening. And a lot of times, what would happen because I was hanging out with a lot of unsavory characters was they would feed into my psychosis, almost bait me and make me believe that, hey, yeah, the cops are outside of your window and they're coming to get you right now, Nicole. And so then I would put myself in a position where I would try to hide or I would get really afraid and I would run out the front door. One moment in particular that I remember that was the scariest moment of my whole entire life was it was 3 o'clock in the morning and I believed that people were after me. So I took off walking out in the middle of the night on Baseline Road in Southwest Little Rock, which is not a good area. And by the grace of God, a cop stopped on the side of the road and he grabbed me up and he used my phone and went through my contacts and called my mom and said, your daughter is just wandering the streets. And she said, please take my daughter to the emergency room. She's an addict and she struggles with addiction. So they called an ambulance and I was so afraid, hallucinating, thinking that the ambulance driver was trying to inject me with drugs because all of this stuff was part of my psychosis. I would see people from my real life in my psychosis. It was so scary, but it impacted my health and my mental health, obviously, terribly. I'm surprised that I can sit here and form sentences today and talk to you guys with a clear mind and a clear vocabulary because of the fact that I used substances for so long and my mind would go, like I said, haywire so badly. So that's how it impacted my mental health and my health was it made me go crazy.